Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I'm so freaking lonely after moving and don't know how to deal. We moved across the country, well, south to north across right on a year ago. We'd been in our previous home for 15 years, and while I, 45F, didn't love the politics or weather of where we were, I had a large group of amazing, fun friends. When I'd get down, they reach out and drag me to do stuff, which is a pretty fail-safe way to cheer me up. I'm a medicated, generally stable, bipolar extrovert, and the depression slips in when I'm too isolated. My friends knew that and would sense my low moods and swoop in like magic. I was so lucky to have them. But we moved 10 hours away from there last October. My kids are older now, so there was no making friends with parents at school. They're not in school. I work from home, so no new co-workers to get to know. We're not churchgoers, and I don't have anywhere I go regularly enough that a social relationship would form. And I am so lonely. All my friends are online. I find myself fishing for attention in ways I never normally would because I just need that dopamine hit of people to even drag myself out of bed in the mornings. I have traveled some to see my friends and they have come to visit, but it's not the same as having a group of friends to go out with on a Friday night to blow off steam. I don't know what to do, and I guess I just needed somewhere to post this because I don't have anyone to tell it to who I won't feel like I'm just bitching and moaning to, but apparently I'll happily bitch and moan to y'all, I guess. The winter is coming, the days are getting darker, and there's nowhere for me to go and no one to do things with. I don't really know what I can do to fix it, either. I obviously have responsibilities at home and one child still lives here. I feel trapped and like I'm quietly shrinking into someone else entirely. I guess I just needed to get this off my chest and see if anyone who has been in a similar situation might have ideas that I haven't considered yet, or even different ways to think about it to keep me from sliding further into the darker parts of myself. Anyway, I'm lonely as fuck and have no idea how to fix it, and I'm honestly kinda scared for myself right now. I don't wanna be in the darker places of myself during these darker months, but I see it happening and don't know how to stop it. Story 2. What about September 11th makes you think deeply? Story 3. She said she was non-for-profit and then proceeded to take our dogs and ask for money. Basically the only thing she was supposed to do was take the puppies, get them spayed and shots and bring them back. She said she was non-for-profit but then told us we had to pay. We agreed that we would pay for her to return our puppies. So for over a month she's been getting them fixed and not updating or sending pictures. Instead she kept trying to take more animals out of our house. Before she took them she ensured us that we would get them back, and we have her on recording saying that she would return, she just needs help with medical fees. She's been giving us the run around for over a month now. Into today she drops the bomb that she's not returning the dogs and she's excluding herself from the situation. She got mad because the agreement in the beginning was that she would be taking 5 cats into rescue. She took 3 kittens and then she took forever to come back and get the other 2, so my sister ended up coming to get the cat and one died. The reason why my sister came and got her cat was because the lady didn't return the dogs after a whole month had passed. So she didn't want her to take any more animals that were hers. Then we decided not to get our cats spayed by her because the lady who was supposed to spay got upset because we felt as though they wouldn't return animals, so she hung up in our faces. After that the lady started ignoring us and not replying to messages about puppies. Only thing she cared about was cats getting spayed after we told her we had already found someone else to spay them and they had an appointment. She was upset, and since that happened and how my sister reacted to everything, she lied for over a month saying she would return our animals. She kept saying I don't want to keep them, I don't want them, yet today she says she's keeping them because she didn't get the rest of the cats. When the dogs have nothing to do with the cats, as that was a separate agreement. She lied the whole month directly to our faces. We have proof of her saying she'd fix them and return them. We have videos with her face in it and of her holding the puppies and putting them in her vehicle. Story 4. You ruined my life. Was bullying me, a defenseless 7-year-old girl, who had just joined your school, Fun? Was it entertaining? Did you enjoy tormenting me for the 4 years I was in your presence? As you banded nearly 60 kids against me, called me strange and weird and odd, called me annoying and gay, well you weren't wrong by it the last part. As you hit me, and threatened me and excluded me, sexualized me and made me the butt of every joke. How did you feel, causing a fellow child to develop crippling depression and anxiety at 8? How did you feel hospitalizing me because of the stress you caused me? I couldn't understand why I had these pains in my chest and my head every time I tried to go to school. At 8. I was too young to understand I was autistic, too young to comprehend that the reason I was being tormented every day for 4 years was because of something I couldn't change. And I tried so desperately to change, but it was never enough for any of you. Until I was 11 you tormented me. I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to save people, I wanted to make a difference, and now I can't because you all caused me so much physical and emotional pain. Because of the mental health history you created. I will get better. And I will learn to be human again and I've already started. I'm in such a good place, I have years before I even need to think about full-time work. I've been performing my music live which you, again, tormented me about doing, but this just feels like a stab to the heart. I wanted to be a firefighter to make a difference, to help people like that 7-year-old kid who just wanted friends. And now I can't. So screw you. People always tell me to be the bigger person, to forgive and forget, to move on, but despite all my trying I can't. Because this is what happens when you're different. This is what happens when society trains children to squash difference, to target and bully those who don't fit the box in whatever way. People like me, who just want to help other people, suffer. I will get help, I will turn around my life, I will improve my mental state. Who knows, my music career might even take off before I get the chance to even think about my other options. But your actions have created long-standing consequences. I wanted to save people, and because of you, it looks like I'm the one who needs saving. Story 5. My partner is reading all of my texts. That's it. That's the whole thing. I'm literally being told to sit there while he reads through every conversation I've ever had from 2018. Every guy I've talked to, every relationship I've had, every texts from all of my friendships, and I'm so incredibly angry. I guess I just don't see the point since we've been dating since 2022, but he decided that he needs to read through everything under the name of transparency and I'm fucking over it. Story 6. I'm watching the 2020th special about Anna Nicole Smith and gosh, what a tragic life she had. She was taken advantage of by so many people and seemed so lost. Larry Birkhead truly seemed to love her. He fought for DNA results to prove he was the father over that awful Howard K. Stern. He said his daughter has a big heart just like her mother. He tries to keep Anna's memory alive for her. It's quite touching. I'm a little drunk while watching, but it just touched me that his feelings for her seemed pure. And her daughter seems normal and was raised by a solid decent person. Story 7. I love how Americans talk. I'm a European who works in America in customer service, and while customer service is never without its issues, I love how Americans talk. Yes, say such funny things, and most of the people I interact with are really pleasant. Yeah, there's stinkers, but that's a minor amount and happens in most jobs anyway. One thing in particular is purchased. I hear that a lot and it's always so wild to hear. It's great. Story 8. I'm stuck. Story 9. I just wanna go home. I've been on vacation for the last 30 days. It's been great, but I've also been ready to go home for a while. Yesterday was the big day. I flew from Bangkok to Hong Kong to Los Angeles, and then got stuck in the customs line and missed my last flight. I rebooked, spent the night in the airport, overpaid for dinner and breakfast, and now I'm at the gate for my flight home, praying that nothing else goes wrong. I'm so tired. I wanna go home, cuddle my cat, smoke a joint, and play Baldur's Gate 3. Story 10. I'm on the fence about a friend of mine. Earlier today I called a friend of mine to vent to her about how a girl had flaked on a date that she agreed on, and that was after reaching out to me after I gave her my number. My friend then starts saying that my clothing style, often shorts and t-shirt, is cheap and is like something an old man or a dad would wear. She said if I had come to her and asked her out she wouldn't have gone with me because I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. She did mention a wrinkled shirt too, which I admit is true in that I haven't been good about ironing all my clothes. But then she said something that really hurt, would you go out with you? Now, I may not dress professionally, but she has been the only person that has said the way I dress is crappy. I managed to pull an XGF and date her with my style of clothing. I managed to pull and date several girls after, slept with one, and another was crazy about me, though I didn't end up pursuing her. Do I wear blazers, button-down shirts, polo, suits, etc.? No. At least not other than on rare occasions. Do I wear expensive ? No. And all these were suggestions she gave me that I appreciate. But I don't wear an Elmo costume either. I wear simple clothes. Nothing fancy. Nothing flashy. Nothing with lots of prints or words. Just simple clothing. Could I pull more women with better clothing? Probably. And I probably will step up my clothing game. But when she said would you go out with you, it struck a funny bone. And this was in a moment when I was needing some support because of dealing with being stood up. She tried to justify the being stood up as because of my style of clothing. She is a good person and has helped me in the past. Likewise I have helped her, even financially in the past. She is a lot older than me, by about 30 years. And while she said those things, she insisted that she wasn't meaning it to be hurtful. But I can't shake the distaste in my mouth. Her words cut me like a knife. And makes me feel like even if I get a girl to not flake or stand me up because I bought a polo t-shirt or some expensive apparel, I could never respect that girl, let alone love her. There are plenty of flaws my friend has I could easily point out. She was recently fired from a job, and I supported her emotionally and financially in that situation. I could have easily told her that her super high-strung, easily offended, anxious personality had likely played a role in why they fired her. But instead I just supported her. Lo and behold she got a better job and is doing well. I am now on the fence about our friendship. On one hand I appreciate her help and support. On the other hand I feel deeply offended and hurt. What are your thoughts? Be the first to comment. Nobody's responded to this post yet. Add your thoughts and get the conversation going. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.